Attention. Welcome to the Different Spectrums podcast. We dive into the wild world of mental health discussions. Get ready for profound talks, a sprinkle of humor and sarcasm, and a touch of colorful language. Just a quick heads up, our show reflects our individual opinions, which may not align with the standpoint of the podcast, our featured guests, or any related corporate entities. Our mission? To illuminate through laughter and satire because everyone needs a good chuckle. Chill out and don't stress over the small stuff. Legal troubles? No, thank you. Cancel culture? Please spare us. We'd rather keep this space lawsuit free. So buckle up, have a good time, and join us as we navigate the vibrant realm of mental health on the Different Spectrums podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. By using our link, you can get 10% off your first month of therapy. So, Naz, as a therapist on BetterHelp, what has your experience been like?
I've been doing it since January of 2021, and it's been really fun and exciting. I've been able to reach clients all over the United States and the world. I've had good relationships. I've had folks that I've had for a couple months and a good handful where I've had for almost 2 years now. So it's magnificent. I've enjoyed my time and my clients. I love them.
Awesome. You can do it all from your phone or computer via phone call, video chat, or messaging, however you feel the most comfortable. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you, all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/DSP or choose Different Spectrums podcast during sign up and enjoy a special discount on your first month. Hey everybody, we back again.
We're back and we're already just giggling our asses off. We're back and we're live.
Yeah, I'm Spencer, and of course, that's our licensed clinical therapist, Naz.
Dr. Naz.
So very slowly so that people could hear you. I like it. Something wrong with your eye?
As the Google eye.
It's googly-eyed, all right. I'll tell you that. Fucking...
My vinegar strokes eye.
Oh, God. Remember, don't take us too seriously.
Oh, dude, that's completely up to you.
Also, don't forget to round those likes for us. We'd really appreciate it. So, today we have a special guest on the show. You can't see their face right now. She is a therapist and also a meme lord. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Funnies.
Thank you, guys, for having me. I'm so glad to be back and glad to go over this movie. Can't wait to talk about it.
Given the movie that we are going to be covering today, this is probably the perfect way to start the show. Let's be honest. So, before we get into it, go check out BetterHelp. You can get 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp. You can telecommunicate with a therapist whenever you want. It's great. It's lovely. Go check it out. BetterHelp.com/DSP to get your 10% off today. So go check it out. So with that, today we are going to be looking at The Last Dragon, Bruce Leroy. Yeah. During this time, after Bruce Lee died, there were a lot of movies that tried to encapsulate the aura of Bruce Lee.
The Asianness
did not work well. They even did where they had movies where it was like Bruce Lee, but it was spelled differently. The Lee was spelled differently, like L-I or just one E. It was bad. It was really bad. They really tried to pick up where he left off. Did not work out at all. But anyways, some topics that we're going to be talking about today: shame, narcissism, guilt, getting your powers, and also a feeling of safety. I'm safe. Feels good. But yeah, Naz, anything before we get into the show? Besides whatever the hell that is.
Tofurkey.
Jerky.
Tofurkey.
Right. Tofurkey.
Oh, Pikachu.
Oh my God.
Ooh, Baba Ganoush.
I'm hungry now.
Right.
I'm hungry and horny. Why don't
Where'd
From
that
what?
come
The
from?
Pikachu? You sicko.
no? I don't know. It's all. I'm gonna stop.
Yep.
So we're gonna do a little thing. We're gonna do a little talk
Oh God.
because the director, or not, was it no, the producer?
He's a producer.
Producer of the movie, and there's a bunch of other movies as well. We're talking about Motown Productions, Motown Records. Shout out, to Detroit. Yeah, no, down to Detroit.
Barry Gordy. He was a producer on this movie, and of course Barry Gordy was a producer for a ton of groups, including the Miracles, the Jackson Five, the Supremes, Marvin Gaye, the Temptations, Glass Name, the Pips, Stevie Wonder, and then the Four Tops. So
Yep.
a lot of great things, and then
Wow.
also he was recently awarded the Kennedy Center honors with Bette Midler and all of them back in 2021, and then 2022. He was also inducted in the Black Music and Entertainment Walk of Fame. And then he was also awarded an honorary doctorate from the University of Michigan.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So legend when it comes to music. And I wouldn't say he's probably a legend in movies because I think it's like one of his only
His
credits.
only movie.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm never fucking doing that again.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Even though this movie did make like 30 million and
Oh,
it was on
wow.
a 10 million budget. So
Wow.
people wanted to go see it. I'm gonna say that this was mostly, the black culture supporting black
Oh,
culture.
100%.
Right?
Oh, 1,000.
Because guess what? Black culture that love kung fu movies, like
Love.
that was the only reason why they were kept alive in America.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, white people start coming along too. So it was first black people, then white people.
Let's be real. That's the trend still in today in America. Black folks, gas shit up, pay for stuff, and then white folks are like, oh, this pretty. I always liked this.
I'm gonna do this dance on TikTok too.
Yeah, look at me, a white mama doing a dance. I like Popeyes too.
They take it from Popeye. That fucking shitty song. Oh my God. How do we bring down our people? Let's make them sing about chicken. Fuck. Every time that goddamn song is on, I'm like, yes.
Dude, we gotta watch with the last man. I'm about to squirt, dude. It's horrible. I want to spend a few seconds on the Barry Gordy thing. Thank you, Spence.
He's not dead.
Right. He's 94.
I thought it was dead. We were going to do a rest in peace and a tribute to Barry Gordy.
You're like, man, we about to it's about to feel so good and just
like
honor the man. He's not dead.
We done lost another black genius, a black savior.
He's still here. He's
still here.
Genius,
Old
still
motherfucker.
Yes.
He's still a king.
Hasn't left the throne.
Yep.
Not yet.
So some folks are going through Detroit because you're going there for an event, because you're passing through, because you want some of that deep dish Detroit pizza, which is just fried bread,
Yeah, it is.
There's a bunch of cool things to see in Detroit, but in the heart of Detroit, literally like right downtown by Wayne State University, which I went to and played football at, you're going to see the Motown Museum, and which is the magnificent museum, which is the houses where Motown Records started. Spence, didn't you go to it with me or no?
Yeah, we all went to there.
I thought so.
It was me, you. It was after the Canada trip.
Yep.
So
last year
we're in Canada, and then we went right into Detroit.
Yep.
It was lovely. It was a great place. I believe like they own like those whole like couple blocks.
The whole block.
Yeah.
So it tells the story about how he started on the one house and then bought the next house, the next house, the next house, right?
Oh,
and how massive things blew up and how everything's owned and operated, out in like, I think it was like California or something, but these were still like the headquarters in Detroit.
Yeah. It was great. And it was also just great just seeing just black culture still thriving, still alive, and just making sure that it's kept that way, because I wouldn't be surprised if people were trying to like vandalize that shit too. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like this is
Yeah.
historical like places. People
Yeah,
don't
they had
understand.
security up in there. They were tight.
Yeah, security
Super
tight.
serious.
The
Yeah.
whole block. I mean, because it's not in the best of place, right? It's not in the best of place.
Wasn't too bad. I mean, like,
Wasn't
don't get
too
me
bad.
wrong. Like, it wasn't too bad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, definitely could have been worse.
They're
But
cleaning things
still,
up
check
around
it
that
out.
area.
Yeah.
And definitely highly recommend it. If your parents are like older too, and they grew up with, if you're older than probably 50 or 60, you grew up with a lot of Motown stuff and you didn't even realize it was Motown. So go on Spotify, put on Motown. You're going to see, like you said, all those bands which are internationally known, Hall of Fame, you know, Jackson 5, Temptation, so many, the Four Top, all the stuff. Stevie Wonder, you're going to be like, holy shit, Stevie fucking Wonder. Yeah, Stevie Wonder.
Mhm.
So I'm definitely forgetting Homeboy's name too. The one light skinned dude that I fucking love.
Smokey Robinson.
Smokey Robinson.
Okay. Okay.
Jesus.
Man with the light eyes and the great
Okay.
voice.
It's awesome. It is awesome. Seeing Michael Jackson stuff up in the place too in the museum was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
So respect to a lot of this old like soul Motown music and rock, in which we can talk about a lot of this stuff technically perpetuated so much more music, which led into like all the rap and all the stuff that you listen to today. Like the music that we're listening to today is based off the backs of this man here, Berry Gordy.
Yeah.
So just want to pay some respect. That's all. Because this movie is kind of funny, kind of corny, right? I mean, he's doing the stink eye thing in the back. Oh, see that bitch?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that's the stink eye I was talking about. Yeah. So let's get into this. Let's have some fun. Yeah. I was going to say rest in peace, Berry Gordy.
Yeah.
Don't.
No, don't say that. Good God.
Keep hope alive.
Right.
Keeping them alive.
What was Obama saying? Yes, we can.
Yes, we can keep Barry Gordy alive.
Keep him
Yes,
alive.
we can.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yes.
whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Exactly. This is definitely a childhood movie of mine. I
You
was
just-
5 years old.
You missed it.
You were
just
supposed to
missed
say whoop, whoop.
I'm supposed to. Oh, well, see, I didn't know. I wasn't.
Well, you gotta say it now.
Whoop, whoop.
Thank you.
Now we can move on.
Now we can move on. Thank you.
Like we can fixate on it if you don't
OCD.
freaking say it. We can't move past.
No, it's like my office. If you don't fist bump me and say goodbye, you're going right to hell.
Get down there.
You're dead to me. You're dead to me,
Oh my
kid.
God, you're dead to me.
You're dead to me. Your boyfriend did cheat on you. I'm sorry.
Oh, all those rumors that you're hearing, they were true.
They were true.
Blue one.
I do not know, Master.
You do not know. Huh? Huh?
No. I only apologize for my ignorance, Master. I will do anything to prove my worthiness.
You have been to the movies again, I see. Full of disciples falling to their knees at the slightest hint of their master's displeasure. Leroy, this is not a punishment. It is a celebration. You have touched the final level. You knew without knowing. We have finished our journey together.
But, Master, the final level, the glow. You always said that
When you reached the final level, you would know it by the appearance of a sublime glow all over your body. Come, Leroy. Get up. What you seek is not written on the floor. The final level is a return to the beginning. This is the last dragon. A cycle is complete. And now, there is a new emptiness to be filled. A new journey, which you must make alone.
I am confused.
Good, good. Confusion is a part of life. As are vengeance, fear, and love. All facets must be embraced. For then, and only then, will you break through the wall of mystery to the glow.
Master, perhaps with more time to train. Master, I need more time.
I am no longer your master. Leroy. If it is a master you must have, there is an old sage called Samdangoy. He is said to be the wisest man in the universe. Go, find him. He is here in New York. Take this. It was Bruce Lee's. When you find the master who will take you to the final level, give it to him. Go now, my son, on your journey. Go. Go.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
The Shogun of Harlem. Crunch. Cease.
This is Show's road. Move it.
I said beat it!
I know who can beat you.
Who said that? Beach fine, who said that?
I got him, Joe. I got him. I got him, Joe. I got him. Here you go, Joe. Here's the most.
Who's badder than the Shogun?
Bruce Leroy, that's who.
Bruce Leroy. Bruce Leroy.
That's the only guy that stands between show and total supremacy.
Well, well, well. If it ain't serious, elusive, Leroy Green. I've been waiting a long time for this, Leroy. I am sick of hearing these bullshit Superman stories about the Wassa legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. Catches bullets with his teeth? Nigga, please.
The secret awaits eyes, unclouded by ambition.
What?
Those who are bound by desire see only that which can be held in their hands.
See? Now it is mumbo jumbo like that. And skinny little lizards like you thinking they the last dragon that gives Kung Fu a bad name. Get up, Leroy. I got something real for your ass in these hands. We gonna settle this once and for all, cause I am back. The Shogun is back on the scene, and the Shogun is the master.
Why don't you sit down and shut up?
What? Why don't I sit down and what?
I said, why don't you sit down and shut up?
Why don't anybody who wants me to sit down and shut up come down here and make me? Why don't any 50 of you who want me to sit down and shut up come down here just for the fun of it?
Pretty soon that's gonna be you, Angie baby, dancing around on that screen, ain't that right? Hey, Angie baby, said pretty soon that's gonna be you up there, huh, sweetheart?
Oh, yeah.
Good brain gonna be a star.
If you would have put this kind of energy into getting me a title fight, maybe I would have been on my way to Vegas right now.
You lost, Rock, you lost. Every fight I got you. The Great White Hopeless, they called you, remember?
Oh, yeah? Well, what do you think they're going to call her?
A goddess is what they're gonna call her, a goddess. What she's gonna do to people has never been done before.
Make them run for cover?
Oh, that's cute, Rock.
I got you. Look at him.
Oh, you sit down.
You all right, Rich?
You all right now? Oh, look at this. What's that?
What happened?
Sure enough happened, that's what. And it's all because of you. Everyone knows you're scared of him. Kissed his shoes and everything. What good is that kung fu jive if you can't even use it? Coward. Why don't you go someplace and meditate on that?
Peace is my shelter.
You know, to tell you the truth, Eddie, I'm really getting tired of all this. I mean, that DJ lady, she's never gonna play our stuff anyway.
She'll see the light as soon as I get that Leroy character out of the way.
What do you mean, out of the way?
Sweetheart, you should see the talent I got lined up out there. If this DJ broad don't wise up, she's gonna beat dessert. And it's all for you, sweetheart. All to make you a star. Now, what do you think of your lover boy, huh? Hmm?
Oh, all for me?
All for you, sweetheart.
Well, I mean, if it's really all for me... Oh, I don't want you to kill anybody.
Are you out of your mind? Nobody does what he did to me and lives. Nobody!
You know what I've been thinking, Eddie? I've been thinking that maybe you're trying to use me to get what you want. I mean, just like you tried to use Rock. Yeah, you're gonna make him this big heavyweight champion. Sure, until he lost a fight. All this glamour and stardom, it's all for you, isn't it, Eddie?
You know, Angie, a lot of girls out there like to trade places with you. Now, if you're unhappy with all of this, why don't you just walk out? Go have a nice, normal, boring life.
Well, to tell you the truth, Eddie, it couldn't be any more boring than hanging around here with all this cook in my hair while you guys go play cops and robbers.
Where you gonna go, Angie? Without me, you're nothing. Without that outfit, you're just another no-talent dental hygiene school dropout from Kew Gardens getting by on her tits.
And in the end, Eddie, you know what? You're nothing but a misguided midget asshole with dreams of ruling the world. Yeah, also from Kew Gardens. And also getting by on my tits.
I can't hear you, Leroy! Drown him! For Christ's sake, will you drown him? Who is the master? I said, who's the master? Who is the master?
There is one place that you have not looked, and it is there, only there, that you shall find the master.
You sure look like a master to me.
All right, Leroy. Who's the one and only master?
I am.
Oh! God damn! Let me go, motherfucker! Let me go!
Tell me now, before you is the final test. You learn your lesson well. I can't teach you no more. There's a power deep inside you, an inner strength you'll find in time of
Hey everyone, I'm here to talk about our new collaborator, Toynk Toys. They have a wide selection of, you guessed it, toys and other great collectibles. They have products from Marvel, Star Wars, Harry Potter, and everything pop culture. You could say they put the toy in Toynk. So go check them out at toynk.com and use our code Different Spectrums Podcast to get 10% off your entire order today.
All right, we're back again.
We're back and we're live. This is live as Barry Gordy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Still, I feel like we're really tempting fate here. I really do.
We probably should move.
Cheers to Barry.
This is going to come out, and then all of a sudden, it's so hard to say goodbye.
No.
All right. Anyways, so before we get into the movie, Dr. Funnies, like I said, therapist, meme lord, funny black woman. How you been? How's it going? What, you miss us?
I have. I was looking forward to this conversation and putting you guys through watching this movie.
I watched 5 clips and I was like, yep.
And yeah, nothing much. I did start a new job.
Yeah.
Dr. Nas, we're talking about that.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty excited. I mean, it's the new old job, so to speak. You know, my old boss, who I worked for, reached out to me, asked me to come back and work for her. She really enjoyed the way that I worked and the way I wrote my report. So it's always good to feel somebody appreciates the ethic, the work ethic that you put in, and then also monetarily, appreciate you that way as well.
Put it on me, girl.
Yes, make it rain, please. I got bills. That's been really good. Yes, I'm actually going to be running a meme contest soon.
Oh,
So
hey.
be on the lookout for that.
Oh.
Yeah, that should be maybe next month sometime. Me and another account counseling memes. We're gonna try to put together something.
What's the prize?
Right. It's we talking. There's going to be a monetary prize. Yes, there will be. So we're talking on the price of that and how we're going to give it to people.
Okay.
Trying to slide a couple hundred under the table.
Right. Give you the inside.
Yeah.
Let you know.
Remember who did interviews with you while you were trapped in the closet? While you were in the closet sweating your ass off. You know.
Yeah, you were very sweaty.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one can see me but you guys.
We saw you. You was
They saw it glistening.
yeah. You look like
I know.
You look like one of my
Wiping my
turkeys
brow.
during Thanksgiving after you
I
squish
knew
it.
it.
You know, you
How did I
baste
know
it.
you're going turkey? I knew you're going turkey.
You
I
look
don't know
like
why.
a nice. You look like a nice Thanksgiving ham. What the fuck am I talking about right now?
I don't know. I think Nas needs some lunch because we've been talking about food for like.
It's the beaties talking. It's the beaties.
Anyways, congratulations on the new
Thank
job.
you. Thank
And
you
then
very
also,
much.
getting that shmoney. Because guess
Yes.
what? It's hard out here.
It is.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Hard out here to be a pimp. Anyways, so you're excited about this movie, The Last Dragon.
Mhm.
Why? Why do you like it so much?
I know it's so hard to explain. Maybe because when I was so young, I can't say there was any film like this. All black cast, all black pretty much as far as the soundtrack was concerned. A lot of the music is from the Motown artists. Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson. It was, kung fu movies back in the 80s were a really big thing. Everybody was really into Bruce Lee and all that stuff. So this is kind of like all of that wrapped into one with like a sprinkle of sci-fi, just like a little sprinkle of sci-fi in there. Because, the graphics weren't that good for the 80s, but they did what they could.
Do what they
They
could.
did what they could.
So I tell my partners, I did what I could. Yeah, though.
Right.
Two pump chump.
I get two going.
2.5, motherfucker. All right.
Yeah, no.
Get my half credit. No.
It's like math class.
C plus. Like, damn.
I got you there.
I passed.
I got you there. I didn't. It wasn't the way you were supposed to, but I got you there.
Oh, how did we get here?
Don't know. We don't know.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
My dad's just like, ugh.
This is like one of those movies I've seen online when it comes to remember Crackle? Like Crackle was a huge thing when you could watch movies and then they would show ads on them.
Yeah.
This was like one of the movies that you would see all the fucking time on here. And I just never watched it. I was like, no. But it does kind of remind me of a movie called I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies. It's like a spoof movie of like all these different ones, and they actually have like a Bruce Leroy character in there, and he has like a medallion of like a picture of Bruce Lee as a necklace. Master. He was like, oh wow, he taught you kung fu? He's like, no, acting.
Jesus.
Exactly. Yeah, this was around that time when
it was 88 and this was 85, so they're probably like making fun of this movie too. So.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, great film. Anyways, so let's get into the scenes, shall we? Or unless you have anything else now.
Oh yeah, no, I had something and I lost it. It was going to be about No, it was actually a real question about the movie. Oh, did you practice any like kung fu because of this, or any martial arts because of this? Because I was doing taekwondo when I was younger, but it had nothing to do with like martial arts. My mom just didn't want me in the house.
Right. That's sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, in my house, yes, all the time.
In your
I
house.
think one time my nephew, who at the time I think he was like maybe like 6 or 7, and I tried to like do the back foot, like swoop on the ground and like kick his foot, and it actually worked. I flew in there.
Yeah.
And he landed on the ground. I was like, oh, this shit actually works.
Yeah. It's what they call black magic, motherfucker.
Right. So I think we all did want to be some sort of martial artists back then.
Oh,
100%.
I remember one time at school. Before school, right? And then we'd have like it was like the bus area, and then there was some grass like right next to it, and then somebody like came up behind, fucking flipped him. I flipped him hard. Like you hear a
Jesus.
thud. Yeah, learn that, and I was like, come on, try it out.
Kid's still in special ed.
Well, let's just say his spine don't work no more. All right.
Yeah.
Let's just say he looks like Charles Xavier. Anyway,
Continue.
Um,
Your other senses get stronger.
Right.
I can feel so much more.
Oh,
My hands. I can feel.
No, pause. It's like on Don't Be a Menace to South Central. My legs. He's like, man, your legs ain't never worked, mother.
Oh yeah,
you've been paralyzed. You always been paralyzed. Oh, you're right. Yeah. All right.
Hey, let's get that Velveeta cheese. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Oh my God.
You know. Anyway, so the first scene that we're doing, it's kind of the intro to the movie.
Yeah.
He's in the dojo, you know, he's with his master, and he feels a little bit of shame, right? A little bit of shame. I'm not really getting the context because I haven't seen the movie.
Correct.
But you know, maybe Dr. Funnies, why don't you give us a little bit more context on the scene?
Yeah,
so
why'd
I'm
you
not
pick the scene? Yeah,
an
what the
idiot.
hell's going on?
Yeah. Well, this is the intro to Bruce Leroy, as they call him. And so what you see is he is doing everything that he can to make sure he's doing his techniques right, and he is pleasing to his master. His master approves. And when he rips the medallion off of his chest, he goes to, he immediately drops to the floor because he feels like, I must have done something wrong. You doing this means I must have done something wrong. Please, master, what can I do to redeem myself? And that's why his master is like, you watching too many movies. That's what they do in the movies. We don't do that here. Let me take you over to this chart and show you. See, you done came full circle. And now this circle is empty. So you need to fill it. Basically, you need to fill it up. It's you. He's telling him right there. But because Leroy does not believe in himself, and the master sees that, he's like, well, let me give him a mission so he can go on and find himself. This is all in the master's head, that he's going to have Leroy go on this mission. He tells him, here, take this medallion and go find some dumb guy. Now, I don't know if you've put that together, what that actually says. Some dumb guy.
Oh my God.
Exactly. And so he is pleased with this, right? He's like, yes, thank you. Now I have my mission. I could figure out how to please my master. I could figure out how to get to the next level, versus recognizing you're already at the next level. This is what your master's telling you. You're here. You did it, kid. And he's like, no. Who can lead me further? Oh, go find this master then. And then the movie ensues from there.
Yeah. I feel like this is a good representation of like a therapist dynamic. You send humans out there in the world, you teach them a bunch of stuff, and like, all right, I need you to go implement this stuff. Like, we're doing all this shit in the office, but I mean, I need you to go do it. I just got done talking to a client the other day. I was like, hey man, you're doing this and that, complaining about this and that. I'm gassing up and trying to rewrite some of the negative thinking, but I need you to go talk to this person. I need you to go be real with them. I can't let your negative experiences impact you to where you just can't be vulnerable with the person that you love. And I think it's a very good representation of what happens with any mentorship or caregiver role is the immediate shame. Oh, I displeased you. Mm-hmm. And then, it's how it is. You go out into the world and you're scared. You're terrified. I don't know what the mission is. what am I going to do? Who am I? And then I'm like, girl, chill. Cause you're just going to find some dumb guy. Cause as long as you find that some dumb guy, you'll be good. And then he'll help you fill that circle to completion.
Huh?
No, I'm just making sure that everyone saw all the sexual innuendos in this verse.
Like,
what?
Fill the circle. Wait
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Funnies was talking about it, so.
Oh my God.
I assume that's why you chose this clip is because the legitimacy around getting therapeutic help.
Exactly. And some of those moments you have in therapy where your client's like, well, I don't know what to do. What should I do? And I'm like, but I think you do know what to do. I think there's an answer in there. And they normally do. We normally do have an answer for what we want to do or what we think we should do, but maybe we're ashamed of it or we think it's not the right thing to do or people would judge us for it. And so in therapy, I try to bring that out. Like, okay, well, I think you do know what you want to do. What are you thinking about? And then they'll say it. I'm like, that's a great idea. Or
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
no, don't do that. Don't do that. No, you don't want to do that one. No, because that will put you back in a place where you don't want to be or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah. I think it does represent, your therapist trying to get you to know yourself a little better.
And trust in yourself and the choices.
Exactly.
Sometimes people will be like, nah, I just need you to tell me, Nas. Like, I'm paying for this shit. Like, just tell me what to, I paid for you to tell me.
Yeah.
No.
And I'll be like, look, this is what I would do. This is what I do. But I'm a 350-pound Arab, Mexican, So you little 4'2" white girl. What we would do would be very different than what I would do. But I'm just letting you know, like, this is probably what I would do as a person with all my experiences. What you would do, probably going to be a little different. Could it be the same as me? Yes. So then I'll tell them what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But I was like, you don't have to do it. This is just what I would do.
Right.
Your journey is completely different. I can't tell you what to do because then you will blame me if it goes wrong. And if it goes right, then you also will blame me. And right. So how do I get you to take full autonomy? Because I don't want you to live this life dependent on me.
Right.
But like, Nas, what's the best choice? I'm like, okay, well, let's break this shit down. I can give you the best choice.
Mm-hmm.
Here's all the pros and cons. Here's all the pros and cons. It seems like this would be the one that you want to do based on all the shit you just told me for the last like 10 sessions.
Exactly.
This the choice. It sounds like you've been trying to convince me is right. But
Right.
they're looking
Exactly.
they're looking at you though to see if you're gonna rip that a medallion off his chest. Like I'm not
Right. Exactly.
Didn't look like a medallion. It looked like a patch like I have on my shirt. And
Yeah.
you can't get these off. He was just like,
Thought you were about to Janet Jackson that thing real quick. But it's an interesting dynamic when people are looking to you and then they like bow down in grace.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, chill. I ain't your dad. Just stand your ass up, breathe. Let's go get this money and go get this promotion. Let's go get this new job. Let's go conquer this test. Let's go hit a couple home runs like I saw one of my clients hit yesterday. And I was like, you go, boy. I'm out there screaming his full name. Bobby Boucher. I was so happy
Mama
yesterday.
said.
I was so happy yesterday. So great clip. But you're taking us in this weird direction now with this other character. So this other character, this one-eyed, green-eyed, pink-eyed, purple eater motherfucker. I don't know how it goes. Yeah.
Just pussing.
So Spence, someone segue us into this next clip in the theater.
Oh,
set the stage.
Oh, all right. So we're in a movie theater with a bunch of different characters in there. And then crashing in, of course, is the main antagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Antagonist, with football pads and all.
She almost spit up. Jesus.
Show enough. Show enough.
Is that his Asian name?
Black and Asian. He's
Blasian.
one of them.
He wanted
Blasian.
He wanted the good ones.
Shoot.
Yep, one of the good ones. Comes in just in a movie theater with a Bruce Lee film happening, and of course we have Leroy just eating popcorn with chopsticks.
Eating popcorn.
Why? Why?
Why? So Dr. Funnies, why the hell is he eating popcorn with chopsticks? And also, why the hell he got the hat from One Piece on? And why does black motherfucker look like Jameis Winston?
Can I tell you something? That big ass hat, I'd be so pissed off if I saw that hat in a theater. It was big as hell, had no reason to be on at all.
Well, if you look at the theater, people are barely there to watch the movie. I mean, they're in there dancing.
Dancing.
They got,
True.
big old fat J's in the background. They got all sorts of shenanigans going on in this theater. And, Leroy is just, once you get to know him, he's just super immersed, beyond immersed in Asian culture.
He's a weeb.
He's such a weeb.
he's beyond immersed in it. And sure enough is obviously delusional. He has quite delusions of grandeur, right?
Sounds like most
Because
black
he
men I
calls
know.
himself.
God damn it.
Damn you. He busts, first of all, he busts in the theater, right? In the middle of this flick, which I think might even be towards the end. I can't remember the movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so now you want to come and watch the movie. Now you bust in, you bust up everybody's good time, whatever they're having, and you start announcing to everyone who you are. You got your little crew come in, and they do this patty cake thing. I don't know if you heard somebody in the background.
Show enough.
Yes, they come in here doing this patty cake shit. That's what someone in the background says. And so they line up for him, and he's doing his thing, and they like chiming in. He's like, "Am I the baddest?" They like, "Show enough." "Am I the prettiest?" They like, "Show enough." So they are with it. If it wasn't for that crew, he would just look like a crazy man walking into the theater, announcing this to people. But he got a crew, so you going to go say something to him? You saw what happened.
Yeah, I ain't saying shit. I'm gonna just sit down and eat my popcorn with my chopsticks.
Exactly. And so the other cool part is obviously he knows there's a better opponent out there, right? This person he's heard about who supposedly catches bullets with his teeth. Catches bullets with his teeth. So he goes to antagonize him. And the cool thing I think about that part is Leroy just looks completely unfazed. He got fists flying in his, and he's spouting off, his teachings, because that's what he's immersed in. He doesn't use his art as a weapon. He only is to use it in a form of defense. So he could have. You see with the boy, he got hands. He do. So he could have very well got up and started sparring with Shonuff, right? He being egged on, he's being called out. He could have very well engaged in that fight. But instead, he chose to remain in his peace and not let that influence his mood. And then at the end of that scene, you see Shonuff he's just a loudmouth. He needs validation. And people that don't believe in him need to come and fight him and prove to him that he's not the baddest and the toughest.
Yeah.
And that's what ensues. As you see Leroy then calmly walking out the theater. Like, yeah, you go ahead and have that.
So, Spence, I heard that deep breath. What was that?
The chopsticks is killing him.
What was that deep breath for? Or is it because all of it's just so over dramatic?
It's so fucking bad. He's a fucking Raiden hat from Mortal Kombat. You're just like, who is this? And then just, I love how he just bit the dude's ankle after he got him to the ground.
After he broke his ankle.
Yeah, you know what's interesting?
Broke it, bit it.
The interesting thing about movies, I think, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen this movie, and it seems like sometimes when you know how people have comfort movies, this is one of my comfort movies.
Fair enough.
And so I never noticed when he was breaking his ankle. He said to him, "You'll never use this foot again."
Oh yeah, I heard that
countless times. I never heard that in this film until today.
There you go.
So thank you guys for that.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So now you got a new thing with you and your
I do.
You and your partner when you wrestling.
We do. As soon as I leave out this interview, I'm going to go do it.
Hey.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
We promote we king positive here.
I'm still able to walk.
If you bite that motherfucker's Achilles, I will literally pay you.
And here's your $10. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cash App.
Streaming on Twitch.
Oh my gosh.
There's so many small, like, subtle things in the movie that are placed there, which is kind of comic genius. A lot of things, because like a lot of very small, funny things and people in the crowd. You're right. There's a lot of good stuff in there. It's this comedy, kung fu, 1985, all black cast, low budget, pulled in a lot of money though. It's
$10 million.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's low budget compared to today's shit. But maybe
today that's low budget.
But
Back then, 85.
Yeah.
I feel like that's high budget.
High budget? Is that high budget?
10 million?
I don't know. Well, these are big name
films getting.
I don't know what the hell they spent the 10 million on back then in Detroit.
It was the special effects at the end.
Probably.
It cost that's where most of the budget went.
Honestly, it probably all went to like the fucking music.
It probably did.
True. Yeah, I would agree.
Yep. So this representation, you wanted to talk about narcissism. So what the hell? How does this represent narcissism? Show enough it look like autism. Narcissism. I almost said autism. So what's going on with that? Why do you think this is a very good visual for people to take into either therapy or just like look at and seem like, oh yeah, this is it?
I think it's to see how people around us can enable our behavior for the most part. Because like I said, if it was just him in the theater, people would probably look at him and just like, whatever, like this guy's just some weirdo or whatever. But because he came in with such a production, the film stopped, everything stopped. So everything is enabling him to keep going and keep antagonizing people. And nobody is telling him like, hey man, like you're not all that. You're not who you think you are. And you're actually hurting people, by what you're doing. Maybe you need to take a second look, and sometimes we do have people around us like that. Or we are that person for other people. And
True.
We enable them because we, maybe we care for them and we don't want to hurt their feelings by telling them something. Maybe we have our own issues with boundaries and expressing how we feel. I know a lot of my clients come to therapy and talk about that, and it's interesting when we do talk about boundaries, they think it's just in one facet of their life, like maybe with one relationship or with something at work, but it ends up being like in a lot of facets of your life, how you have boundaries for yourself, and what you will put up with or allow into your space or allow, to spend your energy on.
What the hell does this word enable mean? What does that even mean for folks that don't know? Because maybe they don't understand what enabling is and how they're actually perpetuating it by not having boundaries. What is enabling?
I think it's like for me, it seems like a validation of someone's behaviors, and to say, okay, you're allowed to do this because I am agreeing with it or I am not disagreeing with it. So you're now enabled to be able to do this thing that is causing either this pain or destruction, but nobody's going to say anything because for whatever their reasons are.
Yeah, so everyone can have different reasons for enabling. I think mine is some people will gas people up to do bad things. I think me and Spence have talked about it with like people that we know that are in relationships or we're just doing bad stuff. They're like, oh yeah, man, do your thing, go have fun, go party, go hang out, right? Go talk to this person that you know is trash, but yeah, go talk to them. And you're like, why would you do that? Like, do you want to see them in danger?
Right.
Are you pushing them towards more drug and alcohol usage, more inappropriate relationships where they could be in danger to their body or mind? Do you want to see them fail out of school? Like, hey, I'm enabling you. Oh my God, me and Spencer have been enabling each other recently playing video games in Fortnite till like 1, 2 in the morning.
One more.
That's a bad behavior, which messes us up for work the next day. So that's enabling. But also to me, I think the biggest thing is when people don't say anything because they're conflict avoidant. So, your homie's doing something bad, and you're like, man, what are you doing? Instead of saying, what are you doing? Hey man, have you thought about this? I thought about the cost benefit analysis of this. The choices that you're making aren't good. And I think a lot of us are scared to have those because we don't want to make our friend angry, our partner angry. And so our silence enables them to keep going. It's almost like we're complicit in them doing it. Because they're like, oh, my friends would tell me if I'm fucking up. Well, I'm like, no, we don't want to tell you because you're about to bite our ass off. Like, so I'll let you fail. But if it's your partner or loved one or your children, oh my God, you should probably educate instead of just letting them fail. But maybe they do need to fail. Enabling can be weird. Usually I think about it in a bad way. Like you're enabling someone to just be like a piece of shit. You're not teaching them empathy or the better rules on like addiction stuff too.
Is there positive enabling? Like, is there, or is it always a negative?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is, but I don't know if it's enabling. I don't know if that would be the word.
I think, yeah, I think enabling is the negative connotation of like them doing a bad thing.
Right. Yeah.
I just wonder what like the opposite of that is.
I think that would be validation and affirming.
Oh, validation.
Right. Yeah.
Yep, like your
Encouragement, something like that.
encouragement. Yeah, you know, something I never give Spencer. No validation, no
Said
encouragement.
no. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Like Fortnite, you're shit. And I'm like, okay.
Yep. This, you know, Dr. Funnies, it's been terrible having you on here. I'm never going to validate black women on this podcast.
Never again.
Never again.
Never again.
Never again.
Never validating a black woman again.
Never again. Because they pick movies like this. This is what happens when you enable people to pick. This will allow her to like show other people this movie. It's enabling, Spence.
Yes, yes. That was my genius plan this whole time, bring in a whole nother audience.
Yeah. Let's show this to all the autistic people watching this podcast.
What the fuck?
Oh gosh.
Oh my God.
Well, next scene is the next scene
should be meeting Eddie Arcadian.
Yeah, it's meeting the white guy.
Yes.
And that
So-
that was where I was talking about like narcissism, because he is definitely on that spectrum.
Okay. So do you want to kind of get into that? Like, who is Eddie? What the fuck?
Yes.
Who's this man? This white man?
He's an intense, overly dramatic individual and has a high need for success, validation, and power.
Yep.
And it's almost like he knows that he doesn't have the artistic talent to be the forefront, to gain that success and power and stuff like that. He can only gain that through the artists that he manages, you know? And so if you're not hot anymore, then you're on the back burner because you're not providing him with that success or that power or that validation, right? So now he has this new hot thing, his girlfriend, who is a musical artist, that's what she's supposed to be, that he's trying to turn her into. And you see Rock, his kind of henchman, I guess, his assistant. I don't know what he necessarily is, but he's like, hey, you said that you were going to get me, you know, this success. And he's like, you lost, Rock. Like, I have no more use for you. Yeah, you suck. I have no more use for you. And so I just thought that was a good representation of like someone, like he's not even a person to Eddie, you know, he's a means for validation and success.
Yeah. I think we see that a lot, especially when it comes to just entertainment business. And we see it in athletics too. I mean, look at what's happening with Caitlin Clark right now. Hottest thing in college basketball. Hottest thing. Then all of a sudden comes to the WNBA, starts losing. Then all of a sudden people are starting to backtrack a little bit. And then, I mean, we see it with male sports too. I mean, you could be the hottest thing out right now, like John Wall, for example. John Wall, good example of being like one of the hottest young stars ever. And then, you know, afterwards, after, you know, that kind of fizzles out, then, you know, he doesn't see that validation anymore. And he went through a lot of mental health crises, but that's also because of some family things as well that were happening too. And then, and luckily in the NBA, a lot of people are supported. But, you know, still work to be done a little bit on that. But yeah, I mean, I think we kind of always see this like, oh wow, yeah, they're gonna be the greatest thing ever. And then all of a sudden they make a mistake, they lose, and we take them off that pedestal and we just keep on moving, keep on going along. And these people were built up to be these amazing things, and they were hyped up to do that, have all these expectations, and then all of a sudden now, where does it go? Yeah, and that could really break you as a person. I mean,
so we'll do a little pivot here, because that's not technically where the movie's going, but that's a good point to bring up. So this is a narcissist using people. So these people would be like, I would feel like the parents, where they would be like, oh, my kid makes it to the pros, I made it to the pros. You know, as I told one of my boys, I said, you're your dad's Rolex watch. And he was like, holy shit, you're right. I said, yeah. That's why he never tells you to your face any of the good stuff. But when he's talking to everyone else, he's talking cash shit about you being the golden ticket. And he torments you, though, when you come back home. So you're the shiny watch. When you're doing good, you're awesome. You're on that pedestal, like Spencer said. And when you trash, fuck you. So I see a lot of parents abusing their kids like this narcissistic use. You'll see it a lot with promoters. If we're sticking to sports, Spence, right? So you're hot, you're not.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing though, when we give it away from like negative narcissistic influences and we stick to just like culture, you know, it can destroy someone being like, okay, all these expectations that Spence said, you're freaking out, but you're awesome. Everyone's gassing you up. And then you struggle. What happens to you mental health wise when you struggle? Does that lead to tons of anxiety and the yips, we call it in athletics, the yips, you get the yips. You start messing up. You start overthinking now instead of reacting and playing the game that you love. Now you're stressed out. Now you're depressed. And so you see all these athletes that really struggle. You see all these performers really struggle because that, you know, negative experience has now impacted you completely. Not a good example, but a good example. So we look at someone like Ronda Rousey, one of the best female athletes, fighters in the world ever. And then she gets her ass knocked out cold. Then the anxiety set in, then the depression set in. But also she had a huge trauma. Everyone should go watch the documentary that's on Netflix about Ronda Rousey. She's a magnificent human. There's stuff in there with like, you know, not being able to have a child and some other really sad stuff about birth. You know, her father passed away. It's just a lot of trauma. Her whole story is nothing but trauma. So you can see where you get gassed up and then it gets taken from out of you. Now everyone says you're shit. I think that could destroy someone, as Spencer was saying. And if it's a narcissist that's controlling the strings, they're going to make sure you know your shit. Just like Rocky in this thing. Now, get away from me, you loser. I think of like bad agents. I'm going to do another pivot, and you two do not have to talk about this. But it reminds me a lot of white folks in the day using black artists. And so they're the agents. I'm not going to say what population was, but they were these agents. And they're getting all this money and they're just stealing all this stuff from black folk. That's what it made me think of. He's this talent agent just stealing everything, signing their rights away. It's these big media conglomerates. So usually white-bodied individuals. And then a lot of these black artists, musicians, actors, they ended up with nothing.
Yeah.
And I think it's super sad. And we wonder, like, how come all these individuals didn't have, like, maintain their wealth? Oh, because they're drug addicts or they're blowing it on this or that. Like, no, they actually got all their royalties stripped.
Yeah. That's still a big topic today. It's still happening. A lot of rights are still not given to people who make all these like millions and millions of dollars to people, and they actually change cultures, change how we view different things, and yet they're still not given enough money because they signed it away because you have an opportunity to get out to where you're from. To elevate yourself, like you're saying. And you're going to do that. You're going to do that. You're going to sign away your rights because you want to get to a better place than where you are. It happens. And, you know, I wish there was a little bit more representation when it comes to that. And I wish we would stop and not do these things and maybe be a little bit more independent. But at the same time, it's hard to do because it's such a huge corporation that's running everything. It's like, how can you beat that?
How?
You can't.
How can you fight against it? You got like maybe a couple. I know Logic wasn't hired under any agency, wasn't he, for a while? He didn't have no agency.
He was signed to a label for a long time, Def Jam.
And then he got away.
And now he's independent.
There was another dude that was Macklemore. He didn't have someone for a long, long time. I don't think he ever had anyone. So there are very few individuals that can make it. And then also, let's be real, little trigger warning, but you got a lot of this Diddy stuff where the only way for you to get into industries is to sell everything. What Cat Williams was talking about, you had to give up many things, physically, emotionally.
And actually, he's a great example of somebody who did it himself, and he made sure he is not signing over anything. So shout out to Cat Williams because he's doing it independently and he's still doing it to this day. So
interesting thing. I want to talk about the race of it all. I mean, like, oh, they just, the dumb people. I'm like, oh, so you mean tell me all these black folks that are creative geniuses was just dumb? Like, no, they were getting taken advantage of.
Right. Exactly.
And so I think about this young lady. So we're going to I'll introduce the next scene because I don't want to. We're going to get back to the one that you wanted, the restaurant, but I think we're going to go into the one that I showed. So back to Dr. Funnies. So I showed the clip that this white woman. She's like, I don't want you to do all these horrible things. I don't want you to hurt anyone or kill anyone. She's like, he's like, who? No, they don't. No one fucks with me. No one embarrasses me. Narcissistic rage. And, he starts belittling her. You wouldn't be nothing, no one without me. That's what narcissists do. They take everything, especially in relationships. No one wants you. You're ugly. You're stupid. All you'll ever get is me. We did a podcast, me, Spencer, and Vicky on Renfield. What's that actor? Nicolas Cage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he does that whole scene with his protege. And so this very good narcissistic moment there where he shits all over her. Very rarely do you get the person to speak up. So she's been enabling a lot of behaviors. And now she's like, I'm sick of you. Goes at her even harder. You're worthless. You're stupid. You're a dental hygienist from the projects or whatever. And then she dogs his ass off. So calls him some like little small man midget. Like, okay.
Misguided midget asshole.
Misguided midget asshole.
That's what she called.
From the same town. So it's like, shut the fuck up. Who are you faking out? You ain't nobody.
Right. And you're also using me to get your success.
Because he said you just be using your tits. But she's like, You're using my tits.
Exactly.
Which is a really nice pivot. And I was thinking about this black exploitation. She's a white woman, but I'm thinking about it in the movie in general. So when you see something like that, again, another good representation of this dynamics with a narcissist and someone trying to get from under that.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's tough because I do have clients that have been in that type of position, and to work with them to kind of recognize their own worth. Because sometimes when people do stuff like that to you, especially if it's someone that you care and you feel like you respect, their words are going to have weight to it. So you're going to start to internalize those things to believe that they're true. And this doesn't just go for a romantic relationship. This also goes for parent and child, or even siblings, or even friends. Really, anyone that you hold close to you, that you respect, that has this type of kind of banter towards you, it could breed an insecurity within you. And for her, Angie is her name in the movie. It didn't do that. It seemed like she always was able to kind of hold true to who she was as a person. She knew that she was doing this for entertainment. She wasn't in it for success. She was just trying to have fun. And when she realized that she was being used, she was like, oh no, forget that. Like, I'm not standing for this. Like, you don't respect me and you don't love me. And now I can get out of this. Where some people, they continue to take the abuse, and they don't really get out of it. And that is the sad part. They get isolated from friends and family, that would actually give them the tools that they need to build up that self-esteem and self-confidence they need to be out of that situation.
But those narcissists are really good at making you believe that those persons actually are sabotaging the relationship because they're the toxic ones. Oh, no, don't listen to your family. They're crazy. They're trying to break us up. They don't want to see us happy and blossom. And then the person's like, oh, you're right. Because those good moments with that person are good. They're wooers, charismatic. And they're like those good moments where they're love bombing you, magnificent. And you're like, oh man, this is great. And then, but it's bad. And you're getting your ass kicked. And then it hurts even my clients that get out from under narcissistic abuse or just abuse, because the love bombing was so good that that's all they reflect on in the next relationship. Oh man, it was real good then. They're doing this and that. And I was so loving and so, but I said, what about all the bad shit?
Right.
Like, people seem to omit my clients all the bad stuff all the time. And it's so sad. And then they'll be dating someone that's extremely healthy and there'll be less chaos. So it's a little boring.
Right.
And it's not as much love bombing because there isn't as much like ass kicking.
Yeah.
So there's not a need to do the love bombing all the time. So it can get real weird to sit in like healthy love or just healthy friendships. Because that narcissistic stuff can mess you up, man. And my clients will be dating someone else and they'll think about the ex and like, oh man, I must love my ex. Like, Do I not love this person here? No, you really love this person here. And you just had some thoughts, some intrusive thoughts about it. Just because you thought about them doesn't mean you want to go be with them or have sex with them. But my clients will intertwine intrusive or impulsive thoughts or just nostalgia. It's okay to have nostalgia. It's okay to think about other partners. Doesn't mean that you're like, I wonder what Becky doing right now. You know,
Right. Let me call her.
Let me call. Oh my God. I have so many clients who are like, let me go on her Instagram. No.
Yeah. The Instagram, the kiss of death for real. I'm
Oh
like,
my
please
God.
don't.
I had a client say, you know, I don't even want to be with my ex. I hate that motherfucker. But they went on their Instagram, then like they see her with a new woman. And they're like, I'm like, are you jealous? No, I don't want to be here, but like I feel some type of way. And then it makes the people second guess the relationship. Right. But after we break it down in therapy, we got to see the rage come out. It's like, no, it's like I feel bad for her because she's about to go through everything I went through because he's taken her to the same places. And she thinks that she got this golden nugget of a man, some dumb guy. And she's about to realize this is a turd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a turd.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get that too. I'm like, no, don't go on the Instagram or don't call. If you find yourself thinking about your ex, then just wish them well into the universe. That's all you can do.
For real.
Wish them good energy. You don't need to get re-involved and, you know, so in some cases re-traumatize by the scenario, by entering it again just to see what's going on.
Spence, I'm not trying to trap you here. Do you ever? Well,
you think about your exes? No, just kidding.
Yeah. Dom's gonna be like, hold up now. So she'll back away.
He's gone.
He just pulls up some booty pics. I got it right now.
Let me tell you something.
Num 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 num. Because I remember when you was in college, right, and I was working there. I remember you were dating someone, right, and then the breakup happened, blah blah blah. So it's been years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever pop up in your brain like your mind space? I would assume they do, but maybe they don't.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, we were together for like almost 3 years or something like that.
Long time.
So it was a longer relationship. That was like one of my first longer relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, she did pop up, but at the same time, it's just gotten so past that now.
Yeah, it's old news.
Don't get me wrong. Like, tried talking to her a few times, and it just wasn't clicking. You know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't the same. You know, because you're different people now, and so how can you really? You can't go back to what you used to be like because you're totally different now. And you know, I don't like wish her any like ill will or anything like that. Like, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, it's just you just change as a person. And, you know, I'm happy where I am now. And, you know, just gotta move on and do different things. Because I know she did. And so it's like, hey, I might as well too. Look.
I try to explain it to people all the time. I said, the other person ain't even probably thinking about you, but you're over here obsessing about them. What are you doing? Move on. They still control you. Move on.
And it can be like an OCD thing where you're just like, oh, like what are they doing? What are they doing?
Correct.
You know? And so, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I've been in that position before.
Yep.
I've been in where I'm just like, what's happening? Where are you going out to?
You blowing up the picture. Is this hand touching her?
Are they pierced now?
Oh my God. You know, the girl looking good. I comment. We call that a tasty treat.
You still fit. You still fit. I got you.
I'll take it back. I'll take it back, girl. You know.
I mean, hey, like one more, you know, hey, you can say goodbye.
One more fight in makeup. That's all I need.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, and I think that when you're in a relationship, especially when you're a little bit happier, it does make a big difference. Because then you have somebody there supporting you, that you know is going to be there, and so it's sometimes it's tough. Sometimes
it's tough.
You know, it's tough. But at the same time, there's going to be a point in your life where you're just like, you didn't even think about them at all. And you're just going to keep that going like day to day to day. So
Pause. And I'll let Dr. Funnies go. I just want to say one quick thing. I tell this to clients all the time, Spence. One day you won't even think about this shit. This will be a blip. This will be a drop of water in the ocean. It won't even mean your whole life story, right? This 1 or 2 years is devastating. You won't even remember this shit. You're going to be all these other points. And people are like, I just can't wait till it gets to that. It's just a matter of time. It's not that all the wounds will be healed. They're going to be new wounds. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
There's so many more. Why?
Oh my God. So many more. So Dr. Funnies, when you're working with folks that have been with these narcissists, have you had success stories where they break free of the chains, or have they set boundaries?
Yes. I'm thinking about a recent one, and this client had to come up to that conclusion on their own. All I could do was what we were talking about earlier, is like affirm and validate some of the ideas they were having about being in the situation and recognizing that it wasn't healthy, but of course you got family around you, not maybe your family, but the other person's family, who are enabling their behavior and making you feel like, oh, well, maybe this is what I deserve, or this is what I should get. But no, they eventually were able to break free of it, mainly because they were about to have a baby.
Oh, wow.
And that situation got real, because then they started to understand the magnitude of the journey they were about to embark
For
on
real.
with having. Yeah, for real. And then having a baby in that environment just wasn't what they were trying to do. So I was really proud of them, because of course, as a therapist, right, you're sitting there, you're like, if you don't leave, you need to get out. Like, you need to run, you need to go. But you can't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but it doesn't mean that person's going to listen to it.
No.
You know what I mean? And so I never do those things. I try to like talk them around to coming to that conclusion themselves, by trying to validate some of the feelings they're having. And luckily that's what happened for her.
I think the point in that one is like the scenes here. It's always about themselves, because the abuse that's happening is always centered on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
With your client is now you got a child. So now she gets real, because it's like, I'll allow people to treat me shitty, but I won't allow someone to treat my friends or family or my child shitty. That protectiveness starts to come up. Now you're like, all right, I have to change. Mm-hmm. That's happened in my own life when my professors, mentors would be like, no, you need to do better at this, and this, because you're going to cost someone their kids, a court case. You're going to mess something up with maybe not paying attention to medicine. Well, I don't need to know about medicine. I'm a therapist. She said, you need to know about all the medicines. Mm-hmm. That way you can check doctors. And you can come correct and you can fight for them, especially if they're autistic and they can't talk well. Mm. I was like, oh, fuck. So then she sat down a pile of books and she's like, here you go, honey.
Right. Yeah.
Because now other things are on the line. So shout out to your client and any other humans that are going through this. And you got to do it for either you. I tell some of my clients, I said, they're doing this to other women. And I said, I don't want to put a lot of pressure on you, but think about this. You could help someone else, other women. Well, it was just me. I said, you sure? Because abusers, it isn't just you. They make you think it's just you. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of other folks too.
Right.
And so, I have clients that, stay quiet and quiet and quiet. And then we've run into a new issue now where one of my clients is getting hurt by a professor. When it comes to the academics, not anything physical. And I said, we got to take a stand here, kid. If not now, when? I'm sorry to go Martin Luther King on you, but like, if not now, when?
Exactly.
And they're like sending emails. And I said, okay, let's get the ball rolling. We about to write some fucking complaints. We about to go full Karen in this motherfucker. I was like,
I feel.
Oh yeah. Cause we got tons of proof to show that they were screwed over in this academic range. Oh, we're going to win.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're about to win.
I hear you. Yeah. It's interesting too. You talk about that, but it makes me think about, because I see a number of men in therapy, which I absolutely love. And I love seeing men in therapy and being able to help them on their healing journey. And I have had a number of men who have been in that scenario where they've been abused.
Yep.
and their experience of it is such an interesting one to me because it's like they feel like they just have to take it. Like one gentleman was telling me how his girlfriend punched him in the face while he was holding their child, and I'm like, and they just kept going on about the day. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, that no one said anything. People saw this happen, but not a person said anything. You know, so helping them recognize the abuse that they are going through and how they can deal with it, and also deserve, you know, to be treated like a human with feelings that should be validated and with needs. Like, it's okay, you know.
Be surprised on how many men just take it because that's the masculine thing to do. Don't complain.
Right.
I've had to check one person specifically. I'm like, this is inappropriate. This is wrong. And things got better for a little bit. And then my father's like, I'm gonna check this person too. I said, no, Pops, you not check them because you check them, it's gonna be. Let me do it.
Pops is coming.
No,
you check is over. There ain't no checking after that.
Yeah, there's no check. You checking motherfuckers out. let me handle the conversations, bro. But you're right. Men, I have a lot of men that will take it, and I've had men say, I just gotta wait till they're 18. Like, man, you got 3 kids, man. This is gonna take years.
Right.
But this was an awesome black dude, and he goes, you know, I don't lose, Nas. I don't lose, and this would be a failure if I get divorced. Bro, you're fucking miserable. Like, what do you? And your kids see that you're miserable because they're telling you. That's why they told you to come to therapy. Your kids told you. Interesting things. Wow. I know we pivoted way far away from the movie scenes, but
we're still kind of there.
We're talking about narcissism. We're talking about abuse. We're talking about boundaries, enabling. Because by my client not confronting the behaviors of this person, man, Spence, I mean, I got some kids. I remember I had one boy that she was pulling knives out on him. But he didn't want to call the police because he's international and she's international. So, you know, they might, you know, something bad happened, deported. So she calls the police on him. And I said, I told you. So next time she acts up, you call the police on her. And then he did. And then, and then the law got in restraining orders. I'm like, look at you. You got to protect yourself.
Right.
And he's like, well, we're about to get married. I said, holy shit, you ain't married.
No, you're not.
You're not married. He's like, well, I'll give her another shot when we move and we finish our degrees. And I'm like, why? She tried to stab you.
Right.
Let me tell you something. If you have a sister,
yeah,
let me tell you, I will. My mom, I'd be like, Mom, this bitch. Just pull that knife out of me. She'd say, okay.
Yep, we're done.
All right.
You know what I think?
That's it.
I tell Dad, my dad's stories are like this, other people's stories like this. They might like, she must be real good in the bed.
Hey, we all know the
oh my
God.
Crazy they are, you know.
No, it just feels different.
Hey, what was the joke we were making earlier about? Somehow we ended up making jokes about syphilis and the clap. How did we get to those? I don't remember.
Right. I don't remember why we were.
I remember saying gonorrhea. I don't remember syphilis.
It had something to do with, I think, wormholes.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, and then it turned green.
Jesus. We're having some fun in pre-production about gamer tags on video games.
Yeah.
All right. So we got probably 2 scenes left that we got time for.
Yep.
It was the grocery store, the pizzeria, the black-owned business.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. This Italian restaurant by black people.
In New York.
So let's explain that, how they stealing jobs from other immigrants. Black people always stealing jobs from the Italians.
This is what we call appropriation.
It's appropriation. Right? This whole fucking movie's appropriation.
I mean, what really is? Yes, it is.
You have Asian people appropriating black people. You have black people appropriating
Asian people.
You have Italians and Asian. You don't know.
You're coming or going. I saw that there was one trans identified individual in the movie.
Yes, there was.
So I'm like, there's so much like crisscross in here. Like
they were so above their time, and then you just have chopsticks, popcorn. You're just like, God damn it.
Look, Spencer's going to go try that after.
I'm not.
No. I'm too fat to try that. I'm not gonna lie.
I would rather use a spoon and fucking chopsticks.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'd rather jam the kernels right into my gums.
Yeah,
just put him in there, put some heat on him.
Some heat on him. Girl, you can put that heat on me any day.
Oh my God.
Just stepped into that.
You did. You stepped right in it, girl. You can put it all.
Pizzeria. What about pizzeria?
Yes, pizzeria.
Don't have time. We got pizzeria.
The pizzeria, right? It gets fucking massacred by Shonuff.
Right.
You know, as all pizzerias do. Black folks come in there and ruin them.
Why don't let them in?
That's why it's Italian owned. Italian owned.
Man.
But it gets messed up really bad. And so we cut to the scene that you wanted. You picked this out, right? Because it's emotional anger. What's going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion, regret. There's some shame. As you can see, the little brother is very upset because he's like, "You doing all this kung fu mess, and you didn't come in here and save this damn pizzeria. So why don't you go somewhere and meditate? Because that's all you do. You know, that kung fu is just for show.
Bullshit.
You don't even never use it, right?" And so you see him get upset, obviously, because now he's seeing the kind of consequence of his inaction, I guess would be the case, because he hasn't fought Shonuff, he hasn't shown his face and challenged him in this legendary fight that they need to partake in. Shonuff is like, "Well, I'm gonna make you fight me. I'm gonna go mess up your family's business."
Yeah.
And so his mom can see, obviously, because he's not at this point, he's not crying, but the tears are welling up, right? And if you really pay attention to it, his eyes get real like puffy, right?
Yeah, I think you're reading into it. The acting was not that good.
No, that was so bullshit. He tried his best to come off like emotional. He's just like,
maybe it's the blood pressure. I don't know, but his eyes go from looking normal.
He had too much sodium
to being like, I don't know how to get all swelled up like that. I'm telling you,
that's the MSG. Fucking Chinese food's poison us.
God damn it! God damn it!
Fucking MSG.
Oh God! But he gets the hug from mom.
He did.
His mother's hug. And she embraces him and lets him know it's going to be all right.
He's just standing there trying to be emotional. All of a sudden, you just see this person in the same shot just come up to him and hug him. You're like, what the fuck? Where'd she come?
Yes. In that scene too, mom was a badass.
She was. She was actually fighting dudes and throwing fucking pizza at them.
Exactly. Pizza dough.
Hey, real quick, ain't nothing like a black woman's hug. I ain't gonna lie. Come here, baby.
Okay. Right.
Come here, baby.
Say anything.
They don't need to be words exchanged.
No,
I was frightened. I was like, who the fuck is this? And then she just came in and I was like, oh, okay, cool.
That's his mama.
I didn't know. Yeah, my first time watching it, all of a sudden this black woman comes out.
A black woman,
random woman.
Black woman can heal anything with a hug.
I thought it was just a random waitress just being like, shh, baby, shh.
Hey,
like,
I got you, baby.
Even better.
I love it. Black women supporting all men, Hey,
right.
Shout out to the kicker Harrison Bucker, women in the kitchen and supporting their man.
Hey, hey, we don't like those corporate ladies.
All right.
Jokes, people. Jokes.
Oh, man.
All right. So it cut to the next bit where he starts punching a bag, even though he's Taekwondo.
He's kung fu.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's. When I saw this a while ago, back in the day, you couldn't really get subtitles on VHS tapes. This is probably when I first saw this, so I never knew what he was saying when he was like saying all these words and he's punching the bag. It's like, what the hell? So now, of course, of age, getting the subtitles, he's reciting, I think, like the mantra from his school.
Yep.
He's saying like, peace is our shelter, conscience is our guide. So he's trying to like ground himself.
Okay.
Because obviously he's pissed off. He wants to find Shonuff, he wants to fight him, but he knows that's going to cause a whole issue. At least that's how you think. There's a conflict avoidance there, right?
Yep.
And so then he kind of, what we don't get to see is the woman that comes in, Vanity is her name, Laura Charles, as they call her in here. And she had a trauma that happened earlier in the scene, and she's asking him to be a bodyguard. And he's feeling like, I can't do that. Like, I'm just like at the beginning of the movie where he doesn't really believe in himself.
Yep.
You know, he doesn't believe he's a master. And she's like, well, you look like a master to me. And he's like, I'm not a master. I don't know what you mean. You got to find someone else. I can't. So that goes to, again, like us working with our clients and really trying to get them to believe in the skills that they already have. You know, maybe they're not utilizing
Yep.
either enough, or, you know, maybe they don't think they have those skills to use. So I think that's what this scene kind of speaks to.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, you tied that in very well. So as we're running out of time here, I'm gonna go right to the last scene then. So but I'm gonna pivot to Spence first. Spence, is that the best kung fu you ever seen two black men ever had? Like that was black excellence. You know, it doesn't even look like kung fu. It looked like two dudes just like slap boxing.
It did.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Then they both,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They both get like Goku powers and start glowing.
Yes.
It's like, what is happening? Why are they glowing? But hey, it tied into the first scene, right?
Right.
It did.
Get the glow.
You'll know. You'll have the glow.
You'll
And
have
it's
the
like, it's
glow.
a literal glow. Okay.
Right. I didn't expect that. When I was a child watching this, I had no idea that was going to happen.
It's like when my father gave me the sex talk. He said, "You'll know because it'll burn. You'll know because it'll burn."
Dad, is it supposed to glow in the dark? What?
Oh my God. Did I dip it in the Ninja Turtle ooze?
It'd be great if you break it like a glow stick
Oh
to make it glow.
But he's shake it up. It was shooken.
No, it was shook. Never shook again.
He's dead now. They're doing research on it.
Come on, work, damn it.
Oh my God.
No, not clear.
Clear. We got a pulse, sir. We got a pulse.
He's ready to go. Round two. Ooh, we're gonna put some trigger warnings on this.
Yeah.
Trigger.
What'd
you call me? Oh, sorry.
Jesus. What you mean, you people? In this point, I don't even know what you people is in this movie. Asian, you know,
everybody.
Everybody's
Yeah.
people.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone's marginalized identity in this movie.
Everybody's taking something from someone.
Yep. This is like the 2024 version of like society now. Everyone's someone.
Yes. Okay.
Everyone can be anything you want.
Unless, you can't. So
Everyone,
you can be anything you want except for those people.
We got white people acting like black people, and Rachel Dozellen and shit. But yeah, so we see this fight scene, Spence. It was kind of good, was kind of bad. I haven't seen a lot of kung fu movies. Is this pretty accurate on how other kung fu movies look, or no? Is this way bad? It's bad. Okay.
It's bad.
It's not necessarily. This is black kung fu.
Yeah, it's a different
got a little
style.
soul. Got a little soul with it.
Black foo. That's what they call
Black
it.
food. That's,
All right?
that's what we call it.
Black
That's what
foo?
they call it. Black foo. It's different. Even though there are some really great black martial artists and great movies by them. The one I'm thinking of actually from Enter the Dragon, I forgot his name. He was amazing in the film. Gets murdered, of course. I mean, what do you expect?
He can't.
But yeah, and so this film, it wasn't good.
Okay.
But it's a comedy though.
It's a comedy.
It's martial arts, but it's mainly a comedy.
Okay.
And that's what they're kind of going for. Even though Dr. Funny said, they're like, yeah, they're real martial artists. And you're just like,
He looked like
Where are they?
his acting was he was the most autistic actor I've ever seen in my entire life.
Why he only did he did this, and then he also did so he also did a scene in A Different World, if you remember that show from back in the day. He was the guy who was about to assault Freddie. So that's the only other acting I think that he's done.
Yeah.
But then he went to accounting.
Right, yes, but he's very well recognized. I think they just showed him. He took a picture with like maybe Method Man or Snoop Dogg or somebody
Facts.
like that. Because people,
Love him from the
my
movie.
generation,
Yep.
they do.
They love him.
Timac.
That makes sense.
Yes, it does.
So I pulled this scene because of he's going through all this learning experience and knowledge. And so it's when you finally like maybe terminate a client or they finally activate everything, the wisdom, the empowerment. They finally embody who you've known they are the entire time in therapy. And you get that glow. And I've seen that glow in therapy. I've seen that client where they're like, oh yeah, no, fuck you. I got this. Like, I'm a badass bitch that, I'm gonna clap back. And you see it. And they come back, Nas, and they'll come back to my office. You're gonna be so proud of me. I said, oh, what'd you do? What'd you do? And I'm like, no, legit proud of you. Shit. Like, this is magnificent and an honor to have worked with you. You've made it to the mountaintop. And that's the glow. We've all seen that glow. We've all had that glow. You can refer to the glow as like a glow up, in which many of us have when it comes to, mental fortitude, self-confidence, self-worth, that glow up. It's not always physical. And so the glow up is magnificent. And being someone that sees students, from freshman year till senior year, PhD year, the glow up is one of my funnest sessions to talk about. It's like, holy shit, kid, I've known you for 4 years. You're like, you're fucking doing it. I mean, you couldn't even eat before. You couldn't even talk before. Now you got friends and you wanted to die before. And then now you're talking about like shit you want to do with family. So that glow, metaphorical, but a visual representation when you tie it all together with your sensei, therapist, mother, caregiver, best friend. They're like, I told you, you dumbass, you had it in you this whole time. I'm the master.
Right. I like how you did that. I like that. Because you're absolutely right. Yeah.
So
I love seeing those moments in therapy. And you're right. Like, you do see like a difference when they like gain a new perspective, right?
Yep.
Or, no, I never thought about it like that. And you're like, yeah, that's what I'm here for.
I'm here for.
And then they go out into the world and practice some of those skills or those things that we talked about, and they see the result, and you're like, oh, it actually worked. You're like, okay,
Look at
might
you.
know what you're talking about, right?
Look at you.
And then I've had some clients who be like, okay, this worked too good. Because now I'm too aware of myself and I'm too aware of other people's emotions and feelings. Can I go back to pre-therapy? And I'm like, nah, that's not what you signed up for.
No, you signed up. It's this.
We're going to ride it out.
This the Matrix, or you're getting out of the Matrix. We're in the whatever the fuck world it is. Once your eyes are open, they're open.
You got the blue pill.
Yeah.
Or it's the red pill. It's a red pill to get out. It's a blue pill to stay.
It's a blue pill to stay. Yeah. All I know is, I was going to say it was a plan B pill.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm sorry.
I have that, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
Everybody hangs their head and shit.
Let's have a sigh, just like Pops.
My father. He's going to be like, that's my son.
Right.
Like, that's my son, all right. Yep.
Yeah, that's my son. He's so special,
Doctor Special. There we go.
Dr. Special. Dr. Derp. So it was fun breaking this down. Yeah. Magnificent to have you back, right? I couldn't wait to. We were talking so much shit before this. We didn't even, that's not even in the podcast.
Yeah.
I hope that everyone gets to enjoy us just being human and talking. We didn't get to touch on one thing when it comes to like professionalism in the office and like being authentic and telling stories and sharing. We'll save that for a different time. But again, just wanted to appreciate you. I'll have Spence take us out in a second, but just want to appreciate you bringing your realness to us. Even though we know the anonymous, but like still, like you didn't have to like do this again with us, and you got like a big following too, right? But you decided to come back with us.
Oh yeah, I definitely. When you said after the first show, like, yeah, we love to have you back. I'm like, well, how soon? This is pretty fun, and I'm such a movie person.
There you go. Well, you have you have a permanent spot until me and Spence pass away because we ain't stopping the podcast.
Yeah. I want to come back again.
Just like Barry Gordy.
Just like
Barry Gordy.
I was just waiting.
We're never dying. We're never dying.
back around.
Yep. Let's be real. That motherfucker he's probably got some powers from like eating people alive from being their producer.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was going to say that, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he was probably Michael Jackson had to sacrifice himself to keep Barry Gordy alive. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No, let's not talk about it. Let's leave that alone.
Let's talk about it. So I also bring that up because, I've been recently DMing people to join us, and it's really hard to get a lot of black and brown folks to join because like they're super busy. There's other stuff going on, but like some folks are being kind of weird, like, oh, your account's only got like 20,000 and this and that, they're being weird. I'm like, calm down now. Let's go resume for resume. Like I will squash you.
Okay. Right.
Stack for stack. Calm the fuck down. And so I just appreciate you too, because you've never come off weird like some of the other accounts that I've been engaging with. Like it's been down. You've been like a day one homie from the get-go.
For sure.
And that's not the vibe on the internet, trust me. So I wanted to show you love for that.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Of course, like you guys were so anyone that comes to me in any type of respectful way, and I know you're not like a bot or something like that, you're a real person. I'm like, okay. And then after like even watching, like I told you guys in the beginning, watching some of the clips of the show, I was like, oh, these seem like my people.
Okay.
This seems like oh, he made a vagina joke. Oh yeah, that's where I want to go.
Don't work with the boys because I used to be one. So. All right.
No, I do. I appreciate you guys for having me back.
Yeah.
It's been as fun as the first time it was.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
We're like heroin. That first time is always a memorable time.
My fucking God. Damn it. All right, let's get out of here. Thank you once again, Dr. Funnies, for coming out to the show. Any plugs you wanna do before we get out of here?
Just you can follow me on all platforms. I'm most active on Instagram. Pretty active on Threads as well. I'm on Facebook too and TikTok. I'm going to be doing some contests coming up in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for the details for those. And yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I chuckled because when you said we're on all platforms, I remember we just did a podcast and I was naming off all the socials that we had, and I was like, oh fuck, we had a YouTube too.
It was so autistic. He forgot what we were on.
I know. I was like, oh fuck.
Do we do a podcast?
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with all of them.
It is.
There's so many. But yeah, thank you once again for coming on. Please go check out Dr. Funnies' page. All the memes you could ever ask for about mental health. Go do it. But yeah, with that, I'm Spencer. That's Nas. Different Spectrum Podcast.
All right, everyone. Peace. And remember to take care of yourself.
Or don't.
That's completely up to you.
I know you just fucking forgot that right there. I know you did because I heard it. I heard.
I love you all. There was a pause. I was like, what do I say?
You're like,
derp.
And then you enunciated it so hard. I was like, oh, okay.
Hey,
yeah.
Everyone's got a good glow. All right, everyone. Glow yourself up.
Just take us out. Jesus Christ.